So,
Nice.
moving on to TV and film. Christopher Nolan's next film is an adaptation of the Odyssey. Um, Described
Mm,
as a mythic action epic that follows the tale of Odysseus and his 10-year journey home after the Trojan War. It will star Tom Holland, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, Matt Damon, Lupita Nyong'o, and Robert Pattinson. And yeah, this sounds exciting. But before we dive deeper into that, sorry, uh, I want to talk about the discourse surrounding people having never heard of the Odyssey. Um,
honestly, listen.
yes. So I want to start with a quote by Crystal
Right.
Chanel from Twitter. She said, "This whole Odyssey conversation is a great example of how privilege can shape the way we judge and treat others. Everyone grew up differently, from varying privileges and education to different curriculum. People have an opportunity to encourage others to read the book or be excited that there will be a new entry point for the story. Instead, it's been used as a token to prove intelligence or some other third thing. Understand that not everyone is the same and be kind. Anyway, in the grand scheme of things, this is dumb, but a great opportunity for people to understand how they're acting and be nicer to others. Excited for the movie, is what she said. And
Mhm.
this is an excellent point. Instead of seeing this situation for what it is, which is the Odyssey not being as widely read or taught as people thought it was, a lot of people took it as an opportunity to get elitist and to dunk on others. And just
Mm.
the amount of kindness and empathy Crystal approaches these situations with is truly inspiring, and I definitely suggest giving her a follow on Twitter. She's great. But like um like people immediately go, oh, all these people are stupid for not knowing this, instead of stepping back and going, oh, maybe it isn't as like well known as I think. Maybe there is a very significant portion of people who don't know anything about this. Like people don't like take that into consideration. They just immediately go to, no, you're stupid.
Mm.
And like, yeah, like I know of the Odyssey. I've read,
Right.
watched all types of stories that take inspiration from the Odyssey. But you know what I haven't done? I actually read the Odyssey. And I,
And
I
see,
I think most people are like that. I think most people know of the Odyssey but haven't actually read the Odyssey.
I'm on the other side of the debate as a person who has both read the Odyssey and like it's one of my favorite Greek like um I forgot what you call them. I
Tragic.
think yeah, it's one of my favorites. Like the Iliad is good. I like the Odyssey a lot better though because it's how do I explain this? It's like it's so when you read the Odyssey for the first time, you really like it really puts into perspective how much of an impact it's had on like storytelling structure and canon in the modern world, and it's really fascinating to see. And I also acknowledge the fact that just because that I've read the Odyssey doesn't mean that everyone else has. Like you said, most people are probably familiar with it and like the structure, but not the actual like novel itself. And I really do hope that this whole discourse gets people into reading it more. Like that's where I stand on this. It's like not a thing of like outside of privilege, outside of like different curriculums. I just hope this encourages people to read more because it's like it's it's a good hobby to have and it can really like it does numbers if you let
Yeah,
it,
it's like
if that
if you
makes sense.
can sit on like social media and read tweets and like captions all day, you absolutely can sit down and read a book every night.
Right, right. And it's like that's where I'm at. It's like I don't think that anyone who hasn't heard of the Odyssey is like stupid or less than or whatever, but it's like, hey, it would do you some well to read every once in a while something that's not tweets and discourse and stuff like that. Like the Twitter sphere is melting your brain. Please read a book for your own good. And I mean that with like all the love in my heart because it's like I want all my fellow humans to be well, and that's a good way of being well. And libraries are free, and the more you check out from libraries, the more public services they can provide. So it's a win-win. By checking out books from the library, you're bettering yourself and bettering your community.
Right. So back to the movie itself. I
Right,
hope I
right,
hope
right.
that he keeps the fantastical elements, because Nolan is known for not using CGI. So all of the mythical creatures in this film would be practically done. Um,
Mm,
so that would be really fun to see. Also, this cast is stacked, and this is only a portion
very
of
much
it.
so.
And I'm curious who's playing who. This will be
Yeah,
real cool.
same.